Hey, fellow marketers, JP here. Want to talk a little bit about a current marketing trend called loyalty programs. You probably have a ton of them yourself, as do I. I'm going to be really honest with you and share my wallet. So, yes, this is it. If you look in there, there are a ton of different cards that I have in my wallet. That is like literally just very few of all of them. I've got grocery store cards, I've got pet store cards, I've got coffee cards. I mean, you name it, I've got it. So the question is, does it work? If I'm a retailer, do I really want to offer a loyalty program? What's in it for me? So I did a little bit of research on this, and I'm going to share some things that I learned. One, why would you actually want to offer this type of program to a consumer? Well, they do work in the fact that they help bring people back into your store. And that's what everybody wants, right? I want free stuff. You want free stuff. If I have that card in my wallet and there's two stores next to each other, I'm probably going to go to the one that's going to give me free stuff. And as a retailer, part of the challenge is getting customers in the door. So if that's going to do it, I'm probably going to buy things that weren't on my list and give you more of my money. So a loyalty program is really helpful in that. If a loyalty program is so effective that it actually does make me truly loyal, then I become pretty immune to the competition's persuasion and trying to pull me away. So there's a lot of benefits to a retailer in offering this type of program. So I think my next question would be, how do we define loyalty, right? These are loyalty programs, but maybe that's just a misnomer. Maybe those are really consistent shopper programs. So as you saw in my wallet, I probably have about 5 different grocery store cards, 3 different pet store cards, at least 2 different coffee store cards. I wouldn't say that I'm only loyal to one. In the last 3 days, I've been to both Starbucks and Grit Coffee. I've been to Wegmans and Food Lion. I guess I shop too much. I don't know. But I've used my cards in all of these places. So I'm not really loyal. Loyalty is defined as having a strong feeling of allegiance. And I don't think I have a strong feeling of allegiance to any of these stores. But I'm certainly not going to shop at Harris Teeter when I'm not carrying that card in my wallet, when I could just go across the street to somebody that's going to reward me for my purchases. Now, the most effective loyalty programs are the ones that offer me benefits that I value. They reward me in a way that's specific and unique to me. And so, I think Starbucks does a great job with that. The way they put that together is pretty helpful. They track your rewards, they email you rewards, they'll let you know when you're really close to your next level, giving you options, sometimes having ways to introduce you to new products by giving you extra rewards if you buy that when they are launching something new. So I think their program is pretty effective. So when you think about the types of retailers that often offer these, I think of credit card companies, travel companies, and then a lot of retail stores. So the variability as far as whether they work or not has a lot to do with the type of product that we're talking about. Credit cards themselves, they don't necessarily make more money through clients that use reward programs. I mean, obviously these rewards are costing them something, and often that something is cash back in my pocket. So why would they offer them? Well, the reason they do it is credit card customers that are most profitable carry really high balances and they make really low payments, and they do it forever, maybe even until they die. So that's pretty risky for a bank, and if somebody loses their job or dies before they pay off all their debt, the credit card company may not get paid back. So by balancing out their risk portfolio and offering somebody who can afford to pay cash for their purchases in order to get rewards and entice them in such a way, it's really good for business, and it offers them a lot of advantages that aren't necessarily just profitability. Travel sites like you think about hotels, you think about airlines, all of these places offer reward programs to try and keep me going back to American Airlines instead of just going with whoever's cheaper. research shows that all things the same, I'm not going to book on American if Delta is $200 cheaper. But if they're, within 20 to 50, maybe even $75, I might, because by being a part of the rewards program, I might get free baggage checked. I might get upgrades on my seats more regularly, offering me convenience that I like. I might get to board the plane sooner, meaning I get to take my carry-on bag with me. So there's intangible rewards there that may not be dollar-based, but they offer me a value. And so I'm more inclined to stick with that particular airline. So it does really create some consistency there. And then grocery stores. Research actually shows that people pick their grocery store based on location, selection, and price. So I would say loyalty programs are most beneficial to grocery stores by staying competitive and offering what everyone else is offering, but also collecting that data based on what I'm buying so that they offer the things that I want, and they see my purchase history. They also see where I live. So if they're expanding their footprint, they can put stores on the right locations. So it kind of works its way around to offering the consumer what it is that they want. So what about the future? The future of loyalty programs is going to be through our cell phone. Let's be clear. I don't want to carry all these cards around in my wallet, and I really don't even want to carry my wallet around anymore. With Venmo and Apple Pay and all of these things being launched, people aren't necessarily going to want to carry around a lot of stuff. But guess what? We always have our cell phone with us. There's hundreds of millions of cell phones in the world today, and it just makes sense to move to this type of platform. But again, if people are going to be a part of your rewards program and actually use it, it needs to be value add for them. So customized, unique, something that is helpful. The other day, I was wanting a pumpkin spice coffee because I'm not above all things pumpkin spice. And I went online to my app and I was going to get a Starbucks pumpkin spice latte up on Pantops. And the app was kind enough to tell me that they were all out of pumpkin spice. Can you believe this, people? What in the world? So I didn't go and get my pumpkin spice latte, and I didn't want to go all the way to the other side of town where another Starbucks was. So instead, I used another loyalty program. I went to Chick-fil-A and I got a strawberry milkshake. Don't judge, okay? But I went there because I had a loyalty program and I could order online either of those locations and just go and pick up what I wanted. So that's really what the future of these types of programs will be. The last thing I wanted to touch on really quickly is just the global impact. So as companies expand their footprint outside of the US and they move internationally, they're trying to take the same programs that have worked in the US and offer them other places. Research shows that's not always going to be effective. Yes, people of all different types of cultural backgrounds want to be rewarded for their purchases. However, they might want to be rewarded differently than American consumers do. And so marketers are going to need to take into consideration what those cultural differences are and make sure that they offer relevant rewards to consumers. So one example of that could be Starbucks again. I think I want a coffee. I don't know. But you start as a green member and you move your way up to gold. So an egalitarian type of culture may find that off-putting, not a positive type of thing to do to reward consumers. So we shall see what marketers learn about cultural norms and just another one of the challenges of doing business globally. So hopefully that was helpful for you. Looked forward to sharing more in the future. Thanks.